Here are the best wheel strategy setups that I found for this week. Yo, what is going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you are having a God-blessed day today. Every single person that comments down below is going to get the Option Sellers Daily Routine Guide. If you want that guide, make sure you drop a comment and I'll personally respond to you with it. This is perfect for those of you that want to be option sellers, but you don't want it to consume your whole life. I literally spend like 15 minutes a day, like a max. So once you understand the strategy, it doesn't take a lot of time, but you want to make sure you're looking at the right things with the time you do have. But guys, today we're going to be talking about the setups, the wheel strategy setups and stocks that I'm watching and paying attention to this week. As you guys already know, we do have a live portfolio here on the channel that we funded with $5,000. We have our covered call on SOFI as well as a cash secured put, both expiring in August 1st. All right. We have a big earnings week as well. Not as big as next week, but we still got some amazing stocks that are going to be reporting earnings. So be paying attention. Some of my favorite Ark Options Strategy stocks are coming up, right? We got Verizon tomorrow morning. We've got Coca-Cola. We've got there's just so many guys, and I'm a little, I'm not going to be on my game today, so to speak. I had a great friend's wedding last night, so the party was going, and then it was fight night too, so I'm a little tired. So excuse your boy here, but we got AT&T coming up. We've got American Airlines. We've got Southwest, right? There's Intel, right? We got some great IBM, Chipotle, Google. I mean, there's a lot, right? We're in earnings season. I think you guys know, so be paying attention. All right, be very, very paying attention to these because during these earnings, even when there's a great earnings, stocks can still set up so beautifully. So be paying attention, especially to your watch list. But let's get into the stocks I'm paying attention to. First and foremost, we're gonna do some housekeeping items because we're just gonna quickly go over them. All right. So first and foremost, Pepsi. Let's go. Right, guys. You already know how long have I been talking about Pepsi. It was giving me the sweats a little bit here for the past couple months, really just going sideways around that 128, 130 level, really below 130 level for the past few months, and lots of 125 puts on this thing. Great setups, and it was nice, right? There was really no big assignments or anything like that. But it's nice to see Pepsi showing some life here. I'm very bullish on Pepsi long term. Love it. Love that they just recently bought Poppy. That's my favorite drink of choice, especially after a long day. If you haven't tried Poppy, go try it out. It is absolutely, get the orange cream one. It is delicious. It's going to change your life, all right? But with that said, I'm very bullish on Pepsi. Has our great dividend. Is set up nicely for covered calls. So that is what I'm focusing on. I still think Pepsi is going to be at 150. I don't know, obviously, how long, dude. I'm a dude on YouTube. Don't trust anybody on YouTube that's going to tell you what stocks are going to do. But I am very bullish, and I think it'll be there in the coming months. So in this market, it could be tomorrow, right? But with that said, covered calls for me on Pepsi. Next one is Fiverr. A lot of us in our community jumped into Fiverr here with some cash secured puts on it. It's a cheap wheel strategy stock, but just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's not a great company. I love the Fivers and the Upworks. It's one of my niches as well as an online business owner, right? Like these are a lot of companies that I heavily utilize to do stuff for me. Believe it or not. I know a lot of you love to talk about where I position myself. Well, listen, I don't have a video editor or anything like that here, okay? This is not my full-time thing, but Fiverr here is setting up still very nicely for cash secured puts. A lot of us jumped into some cash secured puts, whatever you're comfortable owning them at, right? It's trading right at that under the 200 and 300 day moving averages and has kind of been just working its way down, right? So I'm looking at the 23s primarily for Fiverr. Again, I think it's a little, it's just been getting beat up that, into falling knife category. But listen, the falling knives are where the opportunities are. What do you want me to tell you guys? So I'm watching Fiverr. Next one is Kagra Brands. I did mention this one a few days ago. So we're going to see. I've said this one's probably going to be next for me. If this thing keeps kind of getting beat up or just trading sideways, I'm most likely going to jump into this one once my worst option selling trade of all time, where I locked up $3,000, right, and made a whopping $4.72 in a month. Let's get it. That is Like, come on. That is, I need to launch an online course to teach that one. But in all seriousness, guys, once that $3,000 is no longer wrapped up for me, I'm going to be most likely, if Kagra is still set up nice, I'll most likely be doing that because this thing, dude, over the past 5 years, I mean, look at this. This is, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're gonna see what we're gonna get into here. So I hope it continues to decline, and it's well below the 200 and 300 day moving average. I mean, this thing is getting absolutely beat up. Next one I'm watching closely is Tyson, also setting up very, very nicely here, just like Kagra brands, right? So I'm gonna be mixing, right? I'm gonna be mixing things up a little bit here, especially this week. If these companies continue to decline, as you guys see, the market's kind of crazy on a lot of the other stocks. So we have to look at opportunities elsewhere. So if they're popping up on my screen, or you know I'm going to be sharing them, especially in my pre-market calls, right? Because there's not that much great opportunity out there for cash secured puts. But with that said, there still is. This is the stock market. There's always opportunities out there, and this is why I stress having niches, right? Having kind of like your niches that you like to focus in on, right? Like, you guys know I like IT networking products, all right? So I'm monitoring. There's like a 5 to 10 stocks that I monitor there. Then I have my like consumer goods stuff, right? Like a Pepsi. I guess I could lump in Tyson and Kagra. I like brands that have a lot of brands, right? Like, that gives me that sense of diversification. And then I have like business tools, like small business tools, right? Like Fiverr, like Upwork, right? Stuff like that. So those are kind of like some of the niches that I like to pay attention to. And when there's setups in there, I'm going to jump into it, right? And of course, I love doing like NVDA puts and stuff like that. But sometimes, when things are running, you know what? I'm going to let it run, and I'm going to jump back in once everybody hates NVIDIA again, like they did in April when it dropped under 100. And then I'm going to sell it right back to them when they buy it at all-time highs. Thank you, retail. Next one I'm watching is Verizon. Obviously, earnings are tomorrow before open. So we're gonna see what happened. What's happening here? This tool is called earningshub.com. It is free, guys. I don't pay for anything besides bar chart. I don't need it. I'm an option seller. Like, I need things simple. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens here. I've been doing this wheel strategy, Ark Options Strategy on this thing for a long time. So we are going to see what happens here. I'm paying attention to it though, very, very heavily, because it's already set up very nicely for cash secured puts towards the bottom Bollinger end, below 200 and 300 day moving average. The setup is very, very nice, but I'm not going to just jump into this thing without seeing what the earnings do. Okay, I'm hoping it drops it below 40. That would be really, really nice. So we're going to be paying attention to that. Next one, American Airlines. Earnings are on Thursday, I believe. Thursday, American Airlines earnings. So we're going to be paying attention to this one as well. You guys know one of my favorite quote-unquote cheap wheel strategy stocks. I think this thing's coming back down under 11, guys. I do. I just don't. This thing is it's just been on a bit of a tear here, which, after trading this one for a while in my life, it just needs to come back down to reality. So we're going to be paying attention to American Airlines. I would love to start getting back into some cash secured puts, even on the live portfolio. If I do like Kagra and American Airlines, I feel like that would be a great mixture for me for that portfolio that I feature here on the channel. And that would wrap up just around that $5,100 that we have now in that portfolio. J&J, let's go. J&J, again, one of the stocks, listen, guys, I'm not here on YouTube telling you what to do with your money. Go do your own research. But when this thing was getting beat up here at that 148 level, I was like, this is absolutely crazy, right? You guys heard me talk about these really boring companies and stuff like that. I love them. So for now, I'm reaping the benefits of those boring stocks that I was selling puts on and getting assignments on, right? Right now, covered calls on J&J for me. Not much more else to say about that, right? I got my Campbell soup put here. We're just watching. It's at 31. I'm most likely not going to get assigned. I hope I honestly do get assigned, because again, I do like Campbell's. I just fat fingered this dang trade, right? Don't make mistakes like me, guys. Right? NVIDIA still, right? I'm going to lump these in two together, guys. NVIDIA and AMD, both of them are just on a tear, right? Just absolutely on a tear here. So I'm just focusing on just covered calls here. Anything that goes up like this, you already know, especially with NVIDIA and AMD, guys. Just what a tear since that drop in April on both of these stocks. So just I'm being logical here. I'm being logical, right? What most goes up is going to come back down a bit. So that's where I'm going to jump back in. I'm still very bullish on these companies long term. It's just like, yo, I got opportunities elsewhere, especially if I want to do like, cash secured puts and stuff. I'm not going to be doing cash secured puts when this thing has just been, basically on a rocket for the past few weeks. So just looking at NVIDIA and AMD and just running the covered calls on those. And then what is a video if we don't talk about SoFi? Is it even a video if we don't talk about SoFi? I don't think it is. But in all seriousness, this one's going to be big. That next week, guys, that's like going to be the 29th before open. That's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a big one. I'm obviously always watching SoFi. It's one of my favorite ones. Obviously, I want to be doing the weekly or the weekly wheel on SoFi and the live portfolio as well. But man, at these levels where we're at, there's just people are just pouring into this. There's so much FOMO in this. People are like just all the normal things of a stock that's just caught up in so much hype. So we'll see, right? Even if they have good earnings, honestly, I think we're going to see a pullback because it's just not going to be enough for investors. Guys, if you want to take your option selling to the next level or just learn how to sell options with an amazing group of individuals, click the first link in the description of today's video. We have an invite-only community called the Option Seller School Mastermind, where you get all the resources you need to be an option seller while also getting incredible support, not just from me, but from amazing individuals as well that do this day in and day out. So if you want to learn about Option Seller School, click the first link in the description of today's video. Remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.